So portal.azure.com. You can type portal.azure.com. The top, yeah. Portal.azure.com. Okay. Once you log in, you can go on mute. I think it's echoing. So around $200 they will give credit for us. So once you get a free account, around $200 you will get credits for us. So the home page looks like this, right? Once you log in. So let's see. The first service we'll try to get is Azure SQL database. I told, right, there are 100 plus services they are providing by Microsoft Azure. The first one we are going to purchase from Microsoft Azure is Azure SQL database. So you can see in the downside there is Azure services which we frequently use, or you can type on the search bar in the main. Okay, either you can come and click on the create. Click on create. We will see. So okay, click on create. So already Kaushik, you created a subscription called Azure subscription 1. Resource group, that only one we'll have for a free. Resource group, as of now, you are not created anything, right? So first time you have to create one resource group. Yeah, just escape, click on escape button. You will see there is a button called create new. It's just a resource group. What is resource group? Resource group will it's like a container. So let's take you purchase Azure SQL, Azure Blob, Azure Data Factory, all you can keep under one resource group. For example, you can give a name as RG Dev, Dev. A small, don't give space. I think that's what it's trying to. Yeah, click OK. So now your resource group RG Dev is ready. Now database name, I want to create payroll DB. There is a database name called payroll DB. As of now, you don't try to give spaces. Generally, sometimes okay. As of, it's okay. Payroll DB. Now come downside under which server you want to create a payroll DB. Now, if you recollect our Azure, sorry, on-prem SQL server, first to install SQL Server Express Edition. That's what server. On that, we created a database. It's called payroll or different database. Now we don't have anything. First time, you have to create one, right? Give a database server name is, like take a tech server. What is that company name? Tech services server. Techno services, right? Techno services server. It means only lowercase letters. Don't give all space. Yeah, good. Now the location I told, right? In India we have in Bangalore, Mumbai, and in Chennai. Some like that. Where in US you have different places. They are hosting the data centers region. So where you want? You want East US, or generally by default it will come under East US. If you want to different location, you can choose actually. Okay. So how you decide which location you want to take, right? For example, let's take your payroll, your employees are from Seattle, okay, or I take in Texas, so you can go for central US somewhere, right? So whatever based upon your users, you choose the location, right? Yeah. Can you? That's all. Can you? Yeah. Click OK. Authentication method, take SQL authentication, not the little top. There is a little top, little top. Yeah. Give the username, password. Let's take give Ashok, Kaushik. You give your name only, Kaushik, and remember the password. and confirm password. I don't think it will allow to copy paste. Okay, your server is ready. Click save. Very good. Now you can see there is a DTUs, right? 10 DTUs, so 250 GB storage. So what is the DTU mean? Data transaction unit. So basically, the more you take the DTUs, the more power you will get. I mean, say for processing and all, it will be speed. The less you take, less money you have to pay, and less speed also you will get. So this generally will decide by your architect, data architect, how many DTUs you want to purchase based upon the data size and processing requirement. But as a developers, Azure data engineers, we should know how you will measure the SQL Azure SQL database is DTUs, data transaction units. And come down. If you go top, little bit you have to change. Can you go to the top? Go to the networking. I think we are good here. And security. Somewhere it should have come down. Yeah, that's fine. Review and create. This is, I'll leave the default one. Review and create. So as of now, we are purchasing. This is a PaaS service. If you remember my first class, you will have an on-prem IaaS infrastructure as service. Next is PaaS, platform as service, as software as service. So this comes under PaaS service. So here we are purchasing Azure SQL database, meaning that you don't require to install, maintain the patches, nothing. Everything the Microsoft will take care. We will just create our database and create our tables and query the data or reporting purpose, or you can insert the data. All that operational things we use, but entire underlying operating system, the hardware, the SQL server, everything will be taken care by Microsoft. Okay. Now what is happening is in the whatever the location which our Kosik taken, in that it is trying to install Azure SQL DB, entire that configuration, whatever you choose them, right? That image, it will be created there actually. It will take a few seconds to minutes sometime. Just wait. So we are purchasing Azure SQL database from Microsoft Azure in the South Central, right? That's what we have taken, South somewhere. So it is happening background. So it is going and happening on the region, the physical image, physical location. So you can have that picture in your mind. It will take a couple of minutes. If you have any doubts, please let me know. So I used to tell that guy Wafa Studies, right? He's contributed very good videos. Please follow. There is a lot of demand for Azure data engineers. So that by the end of our class, October 20, right? That's what our target date. If you watch that videos and if you do these practicals, definitely you are going to crack the interview. There is no doubt. Because there is nothing. We are now at September 20. Exactly 1 month is there. Try to prepare as much as possible. If you have any doubts, yeah, we are done. Click on go to resource. Go to overview. Can you go to the overview? And left hand side, go to the overview. Now you can see Kausik in the right hand side, there is a server name, right? You can copy the server name. Yeah, there is a last, there is a button. From your SQL Server Management Studio also you can connect. Before you do there, hold on there. We need to do few settings. There is a set server firewall. Go to the set server firewall in the top. Go to the private access. Okay, just give me control. You have to do this setting. This window got changed actually. So previously it used to be in a different. Recently, after 2 months, it got changed. Failed to. Mm, you have any VPN in your machine, Kaushik? Some reason it's not allowing. Give me 1 minute. So in the sir. Yeah, we are done there. So basically, you need to add the client IP. So then come to the. Now there are two ways you can connect. Either you can use our SQL Server Management Studio, connect this Azure SQL, or they given a very small window wherein you can directly type your SQL commands here itself. Okay, so generally we will go and connect from SQL Server Management Studio because that's where we have been working, right? Otherwise, you can try to directly create. Kaushik, you can take control. You can create the table, create table, same syntax, whatever you done, but now this database in the cloud actually, that's only difference. Create table, let's take employee, in the bracket e-number int, comma, e-name varchar of 50, 50 = 50, 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 = 50. 50 varchar of 50, comma, isal int. Right, close it and run the command. There is a run button there, the top. Right now, insert couple of records, insert into EMP. Insert into employee values. Salary, you can give some salary. Yeah, execute the command. Yeah, select that one and execute. Now, SQL Server Management Studio. Anyhow, I copied that one. Go to SQL Server Management Studio. Yeah, it will take some time. Now, your is my voice is audible, Kaushik? Or Nikita?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, now I pay no hold on. Now we need to connect to that cloud server, whatever you created, right? Azure SQL. Go to connect again. Yeah, paste that one. I already copied actually, paste it. Yeah, go to SQL authentication, give that username, password, Kaushik. So team, we are trying to connect the database or a server which we created in Azure from SQL Server Management Studio. So either way you can do. Right, as of now, we created one database called payroll DB there, and we created one table called employee, right? Now, if you want to select star from, yeah, the table is there, employee, right? Click on a new query. Click on a new query. Select star from employee. So generally, in real time, this is how we used to connect to the Azure SQL from here, actually. So it is there, use payroll DB. Use database name, payroll DB. Payroll, it is given space, then you have to provide in square brackets. Yeah. The data, yeah, it is not supporting, just take that in the drop down.
So in the cloud servers, we can't use the use command.
The use command is not supporting. Some of the things they duplicate.
Oh.
So 1 minute. I think that. Yeah, now you can create one table called create table DEP2. So in the bracket, D number int. D name varchar of 50. Yeah, okay. Same thing. Insert one record and we'll go in cloud and see. Now come to the Azure Data Factory, sorry, in the cloud. Select start from DEPT. So this is they given very small interface here to do the small queries, but generally in real time we try to connect from SQL Server Management Studio to the Azure databases and try to do our commands. That's one way. Second way is there is Azure Data Studio also they gave actually. So that also you can go and install. Okay. So this is a small service. So as of now, we are purchased from Azure called Azure SQL database. It's same as on-prem, but it is in the cloud. So you, how much time it took? You did not install SQL database, right? Everything taken care by Microsoft. And let take in a peak time you want to more, then increase the DTUs. After that you want less, decrease the DTUs. So based upon your need, you can go ahead and use Azure SQL database fast service. So otherwise commands and all more or less same. So there are few things which will not support here. Basically, it will not support linked server. There is a concept actually, and there is no Azure uh, jobs agent is not there. So the few things are not there. Otherwise, as a developer, data engineer, more or less it will be the same, right? So now we will go and purchase one more service called Azure Storage Account. As of now, what we purchase Azure SQL DB. Go to the home, and yeah, click OK. Anyhow, leave team. After this class, please try to create your account and install a database called or create a database called payroll DB and try to do these commands. It looks easy, but until you try to practice, then again you will face a difficulty in the interview. Now, next service we are going to purchase is storage account. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, fifth one, right? So storage, what is storage account is, it is nothing but, let's take in computer, we have a C drive, D drive, we'll create a different folders and store, what we'll store, we can store movie files, we can store text files, we can store our resumes, right? So we will store a variety of files in your local machine. Same way, if you want to store different data files or different files in the cloud, Microsoft given a storage for us. So same thing, give a storage name is, let's take movie file something. So the real-time usage is, for example, Netflix. Netflix is using S3, Amazon S3 for managing their entire movie files. It is not a movie, not only movie file, you can store any file. You can store data file, you can store resumes, you can store HR documents like mark list, whatnot. Anything it doesn't tell no. As long as it's a file, it can store. Now, but it is there in the cloud instead of in the on-prem servers. This is there in the server. So come down, right? Basically, again, in your computer, while you are purchasing laptop or desktop, right? You might go with a concept called HDD, right? Or SDD, right? So which one is fast? SDD is fast, right? So let's take your requirement is you don't want to really require too much fast, then you go for hard disk drive, HDD. No, I want little more fast, then you go for SDD, right? The premium one. And apart from that, there is a concept called replication. Okay, so basically, let's take some due to some reason uh, that location got affected by cyclone or some natural disaster happened. So instead of stopping, that's what we used to call BCB, business continuity plan, right? So immediately once that location is down, they will enable another location so that you will continue your business. So to make sure that we have different replication, right? As of now, leave the local redundant one. We'll come back with a different one after 2 3 classes or once we complete the basics actually. Review and create. Review. So as of now, we are trying to purchase a storage service from Microsoft Azure. Yeah, all is okay. Click create. There should be a, can you go to the basic? What is happening? Click on that one, why it is failed. It is still in. The storage account is already there. You can give movie files Kaushik. Can you go to the basic and yeah, movie files Kaushik. Yeah, review and create. Running final validation. Yeah. So validation is meant it will going to compile your name is correct, your region is correct, all this one. Now there are 4 services under storage. You can store files or you can create a table, queues and share. So we generally don't go for other 3. So we majorly go for file share, files. So that complete that one. It will take a few seconds, not much time, because we just need to create a storage account for us. So what are the other services from Amazon? Similar is S3, simple storage service, S3, right? Yeah, simple storage service. So S3 they used to call in our cloud, we used to call Azure Blob. Azure Blob uh, is a service from Microsoft Azure, S3 from AWS. So if you know this one, there also you will create account and you will place the files. Here also same thing. Go to resource. Go to resource. Now click on blob service. So I told there are 4 services available in storage, right? Blob service, file service, queue service, and tables. So that 4. So we will majorly work on blob, the containers. Click on containers. It container is nothing but a folder. Click a folder container. There is a yeah. You can create Telugu movies, for example. Telugu movies. Click create. Go to Telugu movies folder. Now browse. There is upload button. There is upload button. Click on the browse button. You can store any file. Okay. That you can store any file. Kaushik, data, analytics, whatever. Open. Upload. Right. If you want to delete, you can delete. If you want to edit, you can do all that actually. Okay. So now this is how the storage account. We'll come back this again because we need to tell a lot of properties. But as of now, I am just explaining how to get different services, right? So one service we got is Azure SQL database. Other service we got Azure storage account. Next, we will go for Azure Data Factory. There we'll spend a lot of time, but today let me. Okay, now how to get Azure Data Factory? Go to the top. Okay, you already clicked on Azure. Yeah, now let's take it is not appearing here. You just type here Azure Data Factory. Data Factory, sorry, Data Factory. Data space factories. You got the third icon, yeah. So this how, what is the data Azure Data Factory is, yeah, go ahead. Go create a data factory service. Give the data back resource group take RG dev and give ADF techno services something. Okay, the region already know version. Okay, so region go and take whatever you want or leave the default also, that doesn't matter for us. But since we are learning, anything is fine. Yeah, the versions are basically 2 versions, and now it's supporting only 1. So previously there used to be V1, ADF V1 and ADF V2. They are now was not supporting ADF V1. So review and go to the Git configuration in the top. What is Git? You might other people, some people might know, some people might not know. So Git is a component or a service in which you can keep your code uh, into that place, right? So as of now, we don't have Azure Git or GitHub. As of now, you can configure later. We'll come back that one. Review and create. So as of now, Kaushik purchased Azure Data Factory. So I'll introduce few theory on the Azure Data Factory. Then you can unshare your screen, Kaushik. So tomorrow we'll do the practice. Let me complete theory today. Okay, what is Azure Data Factory? Azure Data Factory is an ETL or ELT tool in the cloud. So yesterday we discussed what are the different ETL tools in the market, right? The famous ETL tools in the market are Informatica from Informatica company, Data Stage from IBM, BODS from SAP, and SSIS from Microsoft, right? Under MSBA umbrella. So you guys also need to, if you are really coming on Azure data engineering, sometimes they might ask you your at least awareness on SSIS. So I will plan 2-3 classes on SSIS, but same that SSIS or the ETL tool which I was discussing yesterday, right? Same they gave in the cloud. So basically Azure Data Factory is an ETL tool in the cloud actually. For scale out serverless, because see, you are not now, for example, if you want to purchase SQL SSIS, you need to purchase, then you need to install, configure, then to work on Visual Studio, you need to log into your office server, right? All that is required. Now nothing. In 5 clicks, we have ETL tool in the cloud. I think hardly, Kaushik, how many clicks you've done? 5 or 6, right? So your cloud, your ETL tool is there, ready. You can start developing, right? Very, very minimal effort you kept to install to purchase the service. No hardware actually, right? So that's the beauty of this cloud. Azure Data Factory is Azure Cloud ETL service for scale out. Again, here there is a concept called DIUs, data integration units. So this terminology is very important. How I know whether really Kaushik worked or not, the terminology. For example, I can ask how you measure the units in Azure SQL DB, right? So DTUs, data transaction units. Since ETL, basically, yesterday, if you remember, we have one concept called integrated. What is integrated, Nikita? So it is having capability to integrate the data from different services, right? So that's why they used to call DAUs, data integration units. Okay, so the serverless basically it's a serverless because so, and you can also lift and shift existing SSIS package. This is the beauty. For example, let's take I developed all my career 12 years on SSIS. Today I started working on ADF. What do you want me really? Let a company decided to move on cloud. So the Microsoft telling you don't require to rebuild or redevelop all those things which you developed in SSIS. Now Microsoft give an option to lift and shift all your SSIS packages into the cloud. Okay, so that's the beauty of this one. So you can just lift and shift SSIS package in the cloud, so that no need of redevelopment. That next is it's a cloud based, right? So no need of much on-prem service involvement. So it's basically a cloud ETL tool. Now, Azure Data Factory versions, I was telling, right? Previously, we have two versions, ADF V1 and ADF V2. So ADF V1, we did not like. It came around 2017, where they asked us to write JSON code. Like I was habituated drag and drop exercise from 2005 to 2017. If they again ask me to go to the programming and try to write your ETL, ELT tool, we don't like, right? So we did not like ADF V1. So Microsoft realized and slowly they deprecated. Now they are not at all giving that ADF V1. So ADF V1 is basically a JSON code which you have to develop your ETL framework workflows, which is not easy, and Microsoft decided to move on. Now the current version which we have is ADF V2. ADF V2 is the one which we are going to work on. Okay. So why Azure Data Factory? So same concept. It is a cloud, and you can go and take how many data integration you want based upon your requirement, and big data. It's having capability to process huge data. So all those features available. Initially, it came as only EL, extract and load. Even Azure ADF V2, it came in only extract and load, no T, no transformation. But how you do the transformation? They are asking us to write some SQL scripts or Python scripts or any programming. So which again people who we did not like, right? Now slowly in some time they again given ADF V2 as a data flow. So it's given data flow which you can do the transformation as well. So initially ADF V2 is also came as a EL, extract and load, no transformation. So then the question is how you do transformation? They ask us to write some SQL code to do the aggregations or combination, combining the data, all that they asked us to write SQL scripts actually or Python. Uh, Again, we habituated 15 years on the ETL, right? Transformation without doing transformation. Again, we writing program and all, not again. So Microsoft realized they again full now it is a full ETL or ELT tool. So ADF now is a full ETL or ELT tool. Now, what are the different concepts in Azure Data Factory? You will have a pipeline. Pipeline is and the top level. The pipeline, like how you have a database, then tables, then columns, right? So what is the top level here in the Azure Data Factory is a pipeline. Pipeline is having capability, having extract the data, transform and load. Under that, you will have activities. Generally in SSIS, we used to call tasks. In SSIS, we used to call package. Here we call as a pipeline. SSIS, we used to call task. Here we used to call activity. Data set is nothing but your query definition, metadata query definition. Like if you want to retrieve the data from employee, select star from employee. That is a kind of data set. Linked service is nothing but a connection manager, wherein it will contain the your server, database, username, password. For example, Kaushik connected Azure payroll DB from SQL Server Management Studio, right? So it is connected what with the server name and username, password, right? And after connecting, we taken it. So basically, linked service is nothing but you are connecting from ADF with this linked services. It's a connection manager. That's the right term. Some reason they given linked services. Okay. Otherwise, you can think of it's a connection manager or your connectivity from your ADF to that service. For example, yesterday we are tried to connect with Salesforce, SharePoint, right, or OLTP database. So those connection details it will contain in linked services. Triggers is nothing but a jobs. Triggers is nothing but a jobs. Let's take you build one pipeline to read the data from Salesforce and load into database. So you are not going to run daily, right? Somebody has to automatically it has to run. In SQL Server, we have a SQL Server agent, which will run on a regular interval of time. For example, in Informatica control jobs, or in Unix, they have cron jobs, right? Similarly, here, in order to run pipeline on a regular interval of time, we have a concept called triggers. Okay. Now, what is a pipeline? Pipeline is a data factory, might have one or more pipelines. So basically, a pipeline is a logical grouping of activities that performs unit of work. That take your requirement is to extract data from Salesforce and try to load into Azure SQL DB. Okay, so then we create one pipeline. Pipeline two. That take you want to read the data from OLTP DB. Let's take orders you want to extract and load into your Azure SQL DB. Pipeline two, right? So each pipeline try to extract data mostly from single table, or you might load multiple tables also mostly. So it is the pipeline. Next, I am typing it. So generally a pipeline, if you see, you will like this actually. So pipeline is the root, and pipeline contain activities, and one activity will have a data set, and the data set is connected to the linked service. Okay, this is a high level architecture. So what is activity? Activity is the one which actually do the work. For example, in our programming object oriented, right? So basically we have a namespace. Namespace is a logical container. So what actually will do class, right? Class is the one where you will have properties and methods, right? Close it. So here your pipeline is like a namespace. But what actually will do activities? Generally, we used to call task. Here we used to in ADF the term is activity. So, for example, you want to read the data, copy data from blob to Azure blob to Azure SQL DB, right? So we are going to use the activity called copy activity. Now I'll show you. But then linked service or data sets, basically it will contain the query definition and the connection managers actually. So what is trigger? Already told trigger uh, is a basically run on basically to try to execute on a regular interval of time the pipeline what you created actually. Okay, create your first Azure Data Factory. We will see. So how many ways you can create Azure Data Factory? The pipelines, right? Generally, we try to 99.9% we will create like Kausik as of now purchase Azure Data Factory in Azure portal, right? There only we develop the ETL pipelines. Now, if you are very strong PowerShell guy, like right, you can go and develop your ADF pipelines using a PowerShell. Or let's take Kausik, you are a .NET person, C#. You can start developing your pipelines using .NET or Python or REST or RM templates. These are the different techniques in which you can start developing your pipelines. But generally, why we will go hard way and develop pipelines? We came here the data factory to avoid that complexity or burden to extract, transform, and load, right? If still you want to play, you can play with these other flavors. But we try to develop all our pipelines, right, using Portal UI. Same thing is a logical grouping of activities. So type of activities, basically we have three data movement activities. So if you just want to EL, extract and load, that we call as a data movement. And if you want to transformation also, that's what we call the data transformation activities, control flow. I take if you want to control, we use a different activities actually like while, if else, right? Or for each enumerators, all those we'll use, and we'll see one by one actually. Read the data from blob and okay. So we will do practicals tomorrow. So anyhow, closing time. So